Emerson Mnangagwa's presidential office involved in illicit financial deals, causing Mthuli to stumble in parliament. So the issue of these corrupt deals and corrupt dealings is really sickening when we continue to watch what is happening in our country. So the office of Mnangagwa has been the most corrupt of all offices that you can talk about in that government. In fact, Mnangagwa has taken all tenders from all ministries and heaped them all in his office. This is why everything is coming from presidential. It's always presidential, this presidential, that presidential, that presidential. And this has caused a lot of corruption to happen in this office. So the Mutapa thing also has caused a lot of other havocs that are happening. Because we've seen that there's this 1.6 billion that has been moved in an illicit manner that has caused Mthuli even to fail to explain how these transactions were done in the parliament. We saw him mumbling and waffling. We saw him stumbling and, stammering, failing really to give an answer as to what really transpired. How did we get to where we are? And this is just a sign that the level of corruption that is happening is involving Mnangagwa's family, and at times people like Mthuli, like what he did last time that he complained, will be left out, and they don't even know some of the things that will have been done, but yet it is them that will have to answer when time comes. So Mthuli has really had a torrid time trying to explain what happened with this money in parliament, which is quite very unfortunate, but this is the reality on the ground.
Honorable James, again, thanks once again. Here you wish to ask the Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Investment Promotion, where the purchase of the remaining 35% shareholding of the Guvima mining house was done in United States dollars 1.6 billion, as previously stated in this house. Frankly, on this one, I would not want to give specific figures on a specific transaction. These can be submitted offline or online in writing properly. I don't have that specific figure, but we're happy to provide it. Certainly, these were purchased by Mutapa for a specific amount, and really we want to request Mutapa to be able to tell us what that figure is. Again, they could do it through the maybe Parliamentary Committee on Mines and Mining Development, perhaps, or an appropriate committee, and then they can be very specific about that transaction and how it was structured, how it was funded. That's what I would propose, Madam Speaker, ma'am. Thank you.
On a point of order, Madam Speaker.
Oh, sorry, come again.
On a point of order.
Okay, what's the point of order?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm aware that the Minister of Finance, it is the one which actually issued a treasury bill that it paid this 35% shareholding, which was remaining under Mutapa. So for the Honourable Minister to say that he may not be able to answer the specific question, this is a specific question session, and I expect the Minister to answer. I'm sure the Honourable Minister is aware of this transaction. He must just provide answers. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Matsvanyika. Honourable Minister.
Oh, thank you very much. Madam Speaker, ma'am, we have issued treasury bills to Mutapa, not just for the purchase of the shares, but more broadly for their use as part of their capitalization program as we launch Mutapa. But this is a specific question about the purchase of shares, as to how much was applied, what are the terms, and so forth. That's why I'm saying that we can get that answer very easily by inviting Mutapa to explain that. I'm sure they'll be very happy to do that. I would want to start delving into their activities in this house. I thank you.
Thank you. I think the Minister is very clear, Honourable Matsvanyika.
Yes,
can you please allow us to proceed?
It's not a supplementary question.
Sorry?
It's a supplementary question.
What supplementary question do you have?
Okay,
For that,
thank
but
you.
maybe you wanted clarity, and they clarified that you referred the issue to Mutapa to respond.
All right, on that note, Madam Speaker, the leader of the House clarified the issue of Mutapa to say, if you got a specific question, you send the specific question to the specific ministry, because power has already been taken away from the individual ministries on companies under Mutapa. So when it comes to financial issues, the issue of treasury bills, it really sits in the Minister of Finance. And we expect an answer from the minister on this one. That is why I'm saying, Madam Speaker, it is important when the same ministry issue a treasury bill to pay 1.6 billion US dollar worth of 35% of the outstanding Kuimba. We can't just come in and then we cannot answer that question. It defies logic, Madam Chair. So some kind of question goes. 35% of Kuimba was valued at 1.6 billion US dollars. What it therefore means, Madam Speaker, if you do mathematics, it means 100. If 35% is 1.6 billion, 100% is 4.6 billion. How does this 4.6 billion compare with the 2022 Kuimba mining valuation done by the same government with the same Minister of Finance, which allocated Kuimba a value of the total of Kuimba a value of 1.5 billion. So from 2022, the government of Zimbabwe indicated that Kuimba as a whole is valued at 1.5 billion. 1 year later, when the government want to buy 1.65% shareholding, it then says the whole of Kuimba now is now valued at 4.6 billion. Are we not being prejudiced as a country, Madam Speaker? That's my question.
This is what is happening. You can see for yourself that the minister, the speaker had to even interject and trying to stop the member of parliament who was asking all these difficult questions. But this is just a straight case of corruption in Mnangagwa's office, which is quite very unfortunate. And this problem is a problem that continues because of state capture. And when Mthuli, they won't be able to explain some of these things that are done by a family. And then they inflate figures, they change documents, they do this and that. And this is sad. And right now, for your own information, look, there's a woman there who is conducting the parliamentary business. But today, we hear that the parliament could not sit because Mdenda was not there, blah, blah, blah. What about that woman? There's a man also at times who sits there, which means parliament can still proceed even in the absence of Mdenda. But this time around, they made it like it has to be Mdenda only. Yet Mnangagwa is trying to avoid what the obvious, of course, which is the impeachment process that was supposed to happen, meaning that they are afraid. They can't even trust their own MPs. They were going to be shocked to discover that the MPs had actually voted against them. So this is the corruption, and this is what is happening. This is what we are fighting for. This is why we are saying Zimbabwean people must stand up, fight, and defend Zimbabwe and take back our country and have a new government that would cater for the needs of the people of Zimbabwe. Otherwise, this is what it is, family. We will continue to be praying for Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. We will continue to meet in the upcoming show. Remain blessed and shalom.